So what we found here is they've actually tiled on top of tiles, but no one's bothered to board the floor in the first place, so you can smell the damp. So the floor's knackered. This floor is knackered completely. So we're gonna have to take all this floor out, which you didn't really want to do. But this is what happens when you don't do it right. It should have been boarded first, floor wouldn't have been damaged. It's just been leaking over the years. How this bathroom's never fallen through to kitchen ceiling, I just do not know. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. All gonna have to come up. Stinks. You can smell the damp in it. Yeah. So what we've got here, when something's been badly fit, you know for a fact that it's been badly fit. You know what I mean? So chances are they've already cut the boards up. So what you want to do is don't just go willy-nilly cutting all this floor up. Start taking out patches and then put your arm underneath. Feel if there's any pipe work about. If there's no pipe work about, we know we drop sawing and cut it straight down. And cut that straight down. We're cutting a square straight round. Then taking this floor up and putting the new floor down. But don't just drop your sawing anyway. Start by taking whichever boards up, which you've had up, take them up and get your arm under, get your head under, have a look, make sure there's no pipe work, then start cutting. If you do that, you can't fail. Floor is. That's how weak it is. It's not getting a lot of force on that, and it's just rotten. It's all just rotten. It's dry rot, is that?
You won't be able to do that with a board now.
No. So there's some pipe work there, so we know there's some pipe work there. Just keep ripping it up bit by bit like this. It's a bit tricky this because it's just popping through all over. So you just got to persevere with it. Like so. You don't even cut them on joists. How it's ever lasted, I just do not know. So now we've looked underneath and I can see when pipe work and I know where I'm cutting. We want to be cutting the shell out. So for people, if you've been watching my profile, you know I like straight lines. So this is just for some common sense. You'd want this straight all the way along your plasterboard. Not all over, pissed up. Otherwise when you put your board down it's not going to marry up to it, is it? So cut it straight. Just use your like that. All the way around. Nice, neat, and it always makes a neater job. When you're putting your new floor in, your new floor is going to marry up to that. And then what we'll do is we'll paint all these joists. We're going to have to joist that up somehow and batten it, because we're never going to take this up. We've got no, this pipe work all going to get changed, but now we've got no option because obviously you can't keep it down. The time we pull these boards up and try to get his new boards down, it's going to be knackered. So we're going to have to alter the pipe work. So it's connected in, goes down there somewhere, connected in, goes down there somewhere, connected in here, goes down here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to turn the water off, cut it there, tape that joint, tape that joint, tape this joint, all the same colour so we know when we come to join them all back up, we've got it right. Otherwise you could join something else up, and if you join something else up, you don't even know what it is. There's another 2 bathrooms off this property. There's an extension there. So you've got to make sure it's right. So make sure you mark up all your pipe work to the right floors. So like that red tape, I'm just going to put red tape on all the 3 points. And then I know everything else is cold. And then when we link it back up, we'll have to tee it all back in, or maybe even look at doing it a bit better than what it is. And then we don't have all this in his way. You just got to go steady away, because rushing it can cause massive problems later. Massive problems. So steady away. The waist look good here. So the waste pipe and the waist, I can get to that easy. So that's nice. This waste is nice for the sink, that's lovely. Beautiful. Toilet waste, side feed. There's no what we can do without that. It has to stay no matter what, regardless. And then what I'm doing is, we've just painted all these. This is the second coat what we've put on. And letting it soak in. All I did, I went into my merchants, asked them what they had for wood protection and killer. And that's what they had, so that's what I'm using. It says it wants at least 3 coats. Needs an hour to dry. So you got to paint it, dry it. This is the second coat. We're going to paint it again. And what that does is it soaks into all the joists. And any pesticides or all that, or eggs or all that, it'll just kill it because this floor was so bad. Now the ceiling underneath needs taking down really. But that's for a later date. So a customer will know about that. I'll explain it to him. And then he can get it done at a later date. Get someone in to take it down. Reboard it, skim it. Because it's knackered. It's knackered. Just knackered. So we'll cut all these and then I'm going to drop a new floor in. There, I'm going to have to use 2x4, batten this straight across there so we're on the joist, because that other joist is underneath the wall. Can't take that out. So we'll put batten straight across and then that'll allow us floor to go on. So just make sure you paint it nicely, let it dry, paint it again. And if it does what it says on the tin, it should be bang on. Just make sure you've got it coated right in. And that's it. And like I said, if it does what it says on the tin, which I'm sure it will do, it'll be bang on. Make sure you let it dry, then coat it again. That's it. Well, I've got floor up, I thought I might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to get the radiator in now first, cut that pipework off. I'm going to swap this waste here. I'm going to put solvent weld in that waste, straight through there. I'm going to swap that waste, I'm going to put solvent weld in there. I'm going to go across here, and then up for the bath. I'm going to repipe it, drill through all my joists. Because we're waiting about and wasted the day, might as well get ready for everything else. So it's all about time and money, because time is money, so you need to use it. You can't just sit about waiting while this dries. You've got to be on with something else. So what we'll do is we'll do all the pipe work now, well floors up, watch we don't go through ceiling. Then by the time we finish pipe work, it'll be ready for another coat it, then we'll cut the boards, then we'll put the boards down. So for this radiator, we're going to take it up all, various pipes in wall. So I've chiselled them out. I use my wood chisel as my chisel. That's the only thing it's good for, chiselling brick. I never use it on wood, so don't get confused. But it makes a nice clean line straight down there for unknown copper. It used to get buried in that wall there. Come out there, and then what I'm going to do, because there's no drain offs, no one puts no drain offs over them anymore. All I'm going to do is I'm going to use this isolator to drain it from here, and then I'm going to drop my pipe, I'm going to snatch it. Quick, bish bash bosh, snatch on the notch. And job will be good. Then that's one job done. Then we'll move on to that one. People who use isolators on central heating is a no-no, because watch this. See this, the centre point. See how it's leaking? It just leaks. It's pointless. Don't use them. Can't turn it off now. Got to tweak it until it comes back. and stops. That's why you should never ever use isolators on central heating. It's no good. They're not designed for it. They have no purpose for it. Don't do it. We'll take them out, get rid of them completely. Whoever did this, they put isolators on and then went to the valve. It's no good. You want to be coming straight from there, straight into your valve. As easy as that. When I'm ever snatching pipes or all like that, I get everything ready. So it's all ready. This pipe, we're going to there. Just because you're going to there, don't mean that has to go to there. Make it easy for yourself. Come through the joist, centre of the joist, straight onto that one. This one, through centre of the joist, straight onto this one. You got to think of how you're going to use your pipes. Then what you do, just mark your pipe where you're cutting and then mark where it needs to push on. That way, when you're in a panic, you should never panic, but if you do panic, you know where to pull it down to. It has to come to that point after you've cut it from that point. Because you've got to be quick, you've got to snatch it, and then you do the exact same. Make sure you cap the top off. Once you've got it all connected, you can get heating on, test it. Well, it's got isolators on these already. All I'm doing is I put a nut and an olive and I just tighten that on a little bit. Then I'm going to get a bucket. I'm going to put that in a bucket. Then I'm going to turn this isolator on. I know it's going to leak. Got my towels in the floor. Towels in the floor. Then I'm going to turn it on. Then I'm going to drain most of the water out. Look how black that system is. Wait until that slows right down. Then I know there's enough water out of it. And then I'm going to cut it quickly, snatch that pipe straight onto there. Job's a good one. Like so. What you do, get that one in your hand, get ready. Literally seconds. Seconds, make sure, don't panic. Make sure you push it on. We know it's on, job done. Hardly no water. That's dead. Take that off, repeat on the other side. Very simple. Pipe rad up. Bish bash bosh. MJC style. That dealy. Quickly snatch. Don't panic. Make sure you get your rubber on. Beautiful. That's it. Central heating done. Obviously, if there's a drain point downstairs and you can get an hose pipe on it, obviously it is easy. Just put a hose pipe on it and do it. But a lot of them haven't got hose pipes on them, and they haven't got a drain off. So this is how you have to do it. But when you do it, you've got to make sure your pipe work. I need a brace across there. So if I would have gone from there onto there, it would have been in my way. Now, it's not in my way. I'm going to put a brace across there for the floor, and it's going to fit lovely. You always got to think what you have to do whenever you do all, because the next thing is always a knock on. If you do it right in the first place, the next thing that you do will be perfect. Job in town. All we're doing, make sure you got a nice gap there. Get some straight in, and then on that you have to go an angle. That's why I'm using 4-inch 6s, nice screws, be straight in. What this going to do is when we drop the board on, this is going to sit on the board. That's why you couldn't have just come over there for that pipe. Everything has to go in turn, because the joist is underneath the wall. We can't get to the joist. Ideally we would want to put that board on top of that joist, but we can't do that. So this is the next best thing. We're going to brace it all the way across here, and then when we sit the board on, it'll be bang on. Bang on.